Part 1. White Clouds. Verdant Rain Moon. Tower of Black Winds. The ceaseless rains that satiate the verdant landscape of Fodlan are accompanied by fierce winds and mighty roars of thunder. This abundance of rain, sparkling as it falls against beams of emerging sunlight, is a constant reminder to the people of Fodlan that nature is ever wild and unpredictable. For when the rain finally does take pause, the clouds part and give way to a glorious rainbow.
Alrighty, new places to explore, and I'm assuming we're going to get interrupted.
I have a new mission for you, Professor. I would like for you to take your students into Kingdom territory to eliminate some thieves.
They stole a hero's relic from House Gautier of the Holy Kingdom of Fargus, the Lance of Ruin. Their leader's name is Miklan. He is apparently a disowned son of House Gautier.
Why was he disowned?
I believe it had something to do with his lack of a crest. Such happenings are fairly common within the kingdom.
The Crestless cannot unleash the goddess's power even if they possess a relic. Nonetheless, they are still capable of simply wielding those weapons.
The hero's relics are immensely powerful weapons. We must meet this threat with adequate force. Unfortunately, most of the Knights of Seiros are away from the monastery, purging the apostates of the Western Church. So we are entrusting you with this mission. After all, you wield the Sword of the Creator, which is more than capable of opposing any relic.
The Sword of the Creator is a powerful weapon well beyond the other relics. You have nothing to fear. However, to ensure that no harm comes to the students, we will also send the monastery's most skilled individuals to aid you.
I must remind you that you are expected to conduct yourself in a manner befitting the wielder of that holy sword. Also, you should know that Professor Hanneman has been looking for you. That is all.
Hey, Teach. I gotta say, I never would have guessed you were a descendant of the King of Liberation. You didn't forget, did you? That story I told you about a relic that could cut a mountain in half? That relic was the Sword of the Creator, the very same used by Nemesis, the King of Liberation.
I am not his descendant.
Don't be coy, Teach. The Sword of the Creator could only be wielded by Nemesis. If you can use it too, that can only mean you have that bloodline's crest.
I don't understand.
Fine, keep your secrets. But just so you know, I don't understand isn't gonna cut it here at the monastery. Speaking of, Professor Hanneman has been looking for you. He probably wants to examine your crest with those crazy instruments of his. Actually, sounds amusing. Maybe I'll tag along.
If it isn't my little Claude, what has you so worked up?
Judith? What are you doing here?
That's Lady Judith to you, boy. I told you, until you're in charge, I expect you to address me with all due respect. Anyway, I'm here to retrieve you. Duke Regan's condition has taken a turn for the worse.
Are you saying the old man's on his deathbed?
No, it's not that bad. But in the state he's in, he won't be able to participate in the next Roundtable conference. He wants you to go in his stead. I volunteered to play the messenger.
Well, thanks for that. Oh, and Teach, this is Judith, also known as the hero of House Dathnal.
So you're little Claude's teacher, are you? How much trouble has he been giving you?
Plenty.
If her nickname didn't give it away, you should know that Judith, Lady Judith, is the leader of the famous House Dathnal of the Leicester Alliance. She used to be a big deal at the Roundtable conferences, but it seems of late she's been reduced to a mere...
You had better shut that mouth before I put my boot in it, you tactless nuisance. Now come on, let's get going. Sorry, Professor, but I need to borrow the boy for a bit.
I suppose we'll have to finish our chat later. Sorry, Teach. But don't you worry, I'll be back in time for our next mission. All right, Judith, let's get going.
It's Lady... I suppose you are the active leader for the time being. Fair enough, boy. Fair enough.
Good of you to come, Professor. I've heard much about you lately. Specifically, that you are able to awaken the sword of the Creator's power. Thusly, it seems the true nature of your crest has been uncovered. I had, of course, seen your crest before. However, at first, I failed to recognize its true nature. Eventually, it dawned on me that what is visible is perhaps merely a small part of a greater whole. In other words, your crest is too significant to be detected when using normal instruments. After this discovery, I began researching crests that might fit that description, which allowed for a temporary hypothesis. However, I could not be certain. The crest my conclusions led me to was far too unusual. A crest thought to have disappeared from this world in the millennium since the fall of Nemesis, the King of Liberation. The crest of flames. That is what you possess.
I mean, Claude was able to figure that out too, so I mean...
Your ability to wield the sword of the Creator has unequivocally proven my hypothesis. A legendary power, dormant since time immemorial, and now resurrected. There can be no doubt that this ancient power resides within you.
Neat. Whose birthday is it? Manuela. Okay, you know we're hosting a tea party for her. She was one of the units I actually used quite a bit in my original playthrough of this game. She's obviously...
Thank you for your invitation. To what do I owe this surprise?
She's obviously suited to be a priest, white mage of sorts, due to her being the school healer. Good lord, that's a model.
Oh, what fun.
Alrighty, so, gotta plan on what I'm gonna, like, speak to her about before I get started. It's probably gonna be more things about, like, I don't know, relationship, maybe?
Huh?
So I think it'd be reliable allies, but she messes up things a lot, so it could also be gardening mishaps. I'll do it.
That's right.
Alright, she's a teacher, she likes companionship. School uniforms, thanks for everything, you seem different. I'd assume it's thanks for everything?
Oh.
Okay. Well, so far, we might get a perfect this time. Oof. Nope. Gardening mishaps, the library's collection. Well, Well, oof. Could it be gardening mishaps?
Yeah.
Okay. Guess it wasn't her age that we were guessing.
Who are you, really? Such a mystery. I don't really understand you. Tell me everything.
So if you get a perfect, pay attention to that line. Because you'll have to respond to it in the right way. Well, geez, I don't think any of these really fit. Sigh? Okay. Yeah, that was the closest. And there's a perfect tea time. That's how you'll get the most support points out of anything, really. And then you can give as many gifts as you want, so I'll give her, like... Owl Feather, you want to save that. Everyone really loves Owl Feathers. There's not really anything that specifically she would like, so I'll give her a Forget-Me-Not. Why not? Then you can just observe. Yeah.
No way. That's right.
Yeah. And
Thanks
it's,
for the treat. Come by the infirmary anytime you need anything. I'll be waiting, Professor.
anything. It's kind of that, like, it's an acceptable replacement of that. You know that there was a feature that was taken out of, I believe it was Fates, where you could, like, touch them and stuff. Also, if you get a good tea time, you get a charm increase, and so do they. That was removed from the American versions of the game. Oh, and that was enough to get us the C support. All right. Manuela's an interesting character. I like following her escapades, as it were. All right, what are we gonna have for this first day of exploring? You have allies who can take intermediate. That's right. We have ourselves. I completely forgot about that, actually. Hold on, Ignots. Oh, you can also be a fighter. So we have Mercenary and Thief, which are the both sword classes. Thief, so Thief, you're gonna have a higher speed, but you're not going to have as much strength or HP. And as a Mercenary, you're going to have more strength and HP, basically, than a Thief. I'm gonna go with Mercenary. Also, like, you get abilities Steal and Lock Touch if you're a Thief. I do have plans to make someone else on the team a Thief, so I'm going to make myself a Mercenary, because I don't think I have anyone else who really fits the bill of Mercenary, so I'll just have it for myself. Like I said, it's not only a goal to make like min-max here, but I really just want to have like a good diverse set of units, because it's, I don't know, neat. Speaking of which, menu, I can't do it from here, can I? Yeah, I'll have to do it later, but I want to set my like outfit in battle to be my regular outfit and not my class outfit, just because it's so ugly. That's it. That's all we can do for level ups or exams.
A stone? A stone. I do not understand. Yet, as I think of it, the pounding in my chest grows faster still. But is that me? Or is it you?
A lot of weirdness going on with us being able to wield the Sword of the Creator. Since we are just Geralt's son, and I suppose we don't really know who the mother is, do we?
Things we can't obtain here are likely obtainable by way of the underground. Are you unfamiliar with Garreg Mach's underground? The place is an absolute paradise for those who can't stay above ground.
I like how they really foreshadowed the DLC that actually came out 2 days ago, as the time of me recording this. We will cover that, by the way. Don't worry about it. We will cover it when I find a good suitable spot to like take a break from the main story and go and do that, because it's technically completely separated from the main game, but it does impact your main game save files. So I want to find a good spot to do that, and we'll do that. Meanwhile, we have another DLC thing here, the sauna.
Hey, I could use a hand.
Check out the sauna, located between the training. Well, I mean, we're right here, and we'll get some food for it, so why not? Sweet, and now all we need to go is to the sauna boss. You can invite someone to join you at the sauna, where you'll both strengthen your bond and improve your physical condition. So basically, it's kind of a balance mini game. You can increase the steam, you can wait, or you can leave, and you want to get to a perfect temperature for both you and whoever you decide to invite. That's basically what all that's saying there. And the rewards are pretty dang good, so I would recommend doing this at the beginning of each month, because it'll definitely pay off. I'm thinking about who I should bring. Marianne's really low leveled. I need to get her like up there. So is Leonie. Let's do, well, Lorenz is too. Don't worry, we'll be getting levels up. Don't you worry about that. People are going to be skyrocketing this month. I'll take Lorenz. So it's all the way at the bottom. I'm gonna go ahead and increase the steam. I always like to start with that. It's not a particularly hard, oh my God, Lorenz. You're a weak one, aren't you? I really don't know what impacts, like, I don't know if it's character specific as to who can stay a certain amount of time or not. But it sucks. Like, I'd prefer to have myself feeling like in the good zone rather than Lorenz, you know? So I don't want to just leave now and be like, okay, Lorenz, you get it, and not me. Sorry, Lorenz. This isn't your time to shine. You're out of here, boy. That brought him to perfect, but I'm still not good. If I stay longer right now, that'll put me in the green, but will he go over? Okay, only Lorenz. Darn. So I didn't even get high enough from staying there.
Thanks. I'm glad I asked you.
Yeah, okay. Well, basically the rewards of that are you will get more skill points. Is that what it's called? Skill points? So like affinity and axes and lances and bows and magic and stuff. those will be increased for the whole month. It's basically like having a specialty in a certain kind of weapon class. Needle and thread. Someone hides away doing needlework. I don't even know who that is, dude. Would that be Bernadetta? She's not secretly eating cake. I'll take your word for it.
You're getting pretty good at talking through the door, Professor.
Bernadette is a good person. Is it you?
I've been looking for this.
It is.
Thank you.
Okay. Huh. I never really got to learn about Bernadetta a lot because in my Black Eagles playthrough, almost everyone died. So, hey, there's that. Who am I gonna have mission assistance for? Ooh, I know who I'll have mission assistance on for. It'll make sense when we get to the main mission, promise you. All right, let's do some gardening. You know the drill. Harvest, plant. I want to do flowers just because they can be given out as gifts. So that's kind of like the main thing for me. I'll prune them. We'll have more money than we know what to do with soon enough, so don't you worry about that. Manuela's here.
It's awful, just awful what happened with the Rite of Rebirth. The infirmary. Well, it was a mess. Things are finally calm again, and so I've come here to unwind. Let me tell you, I put all of my knowledge to use keeping those kids alive. Still, the truth of it is that when someone faces death for the first time, well, they figure out who they are. They learn if they can do it again. We can't lose them, Professor. Not to battle or to cowardice. If you can keep them going, then I will too.
I will protect them. You see, like, when you just start the game and you don't maybe build support points with Manuela a lot, you may get the impression that she's kind of one note like, oh, sexy teacher thing, but not really. Also, we have 2 stars in that now. Ooh. But she really is a really good teacher and character, so it's worth it to get to know her, I'd say. Pond snail. Sup, Flame, you got a mission?
Why is that fish so still? Wait, is it swimming sideways? Perhaps it is resigned to its woeful fate of being plucked from the water and eaten. Ah, Professor, you are so outgoing with all of the students. I would like to have more opportunities to connect with you, though I am certain my brother would disapprove.
Darn,
Might
what's the
you help me
quest?
with a favor?
Pick up objects that are scattered on the ground in front of the saint statues. Yes! This is another thing that we're going to get introduced to, as well as the sauna. And I don't think we have any missions up there right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and keep looking around, and I'm also going to do... I think I should do the head chef today, actually. What's this? Sweet apple blend. Got some tea. So this is a good way to get affinity with characters outside of your area, because most of the time your own characters won't want to cook. Well, they won't have the arrow up, at least. We'll get Bernadetta. I've been trying to like get on her good side for a bit. So these will permanently, well, not permanently, but increase your stats for the rest of the month. So you want to take good care on choosing this. Dexterity, speed, luck, defense. Thinking HP is going to be the way to go. Make us all a little bit more beefy, because I do plan on...
Let me show you my cooking talent.
Aw. I do plan on stretching our units a bit in terms of
Secret spice and...
difficulty.
Hey, no peeking.
Secret spice. All right, everyone has a it specifically says temporary increase to HP. All right. Also, where is Sedith? It's not showing it on my mini map. I always like to keep the mini map a little bit bigger as well, because well, you know, works out. Oh, we have the blacksmith. Geez, they're showing off a lot here. Find the iron welding material near the marketplace. Yep. So you do that, and then you'll find an item.
I could
Wait.
use your help.
Oh, this is a battle quest. We won't be able to do it right now, but whenever we do choose to go on to battles, we'll be able to do it. I know there's an item around here somewhere. It's this one. Boom, yoink that. Go back over here to the blacksmith, and this is one of the my favorite things that gets unlocked. Because it can improve your team drastically.
Hey there.
So now that we have the blacksmith, we can repair items that are, or weapons that are about to break. So our iron sword here would be a good candidate. Or alternatively, what I could do is I could take this iron sword that's about to break and turn it into a steel sword. And you do this, you can see we need to use 6 smithing stones, and it only costs 360 gold, which is nothing if you compare that to buying a steel sword. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. It will make us a little slower, but we also do have an iron sword already equipped, so if we need that double hit, we'll take it.
Come back anytime.
But let's go ahead and compare that to buying a steel sword, why don't we? You are not the right place to buy a steel sword. My bad. The armory. Steel sword, 910. So it's about a third, a little bit more than a third of the cost. And you just need to use a little bit of material to use it, which is very nice. Where are we going here? So we're gonna go to the 2nd floor, just so we can get these missions out of the way. Because I believe quite a few of them are like finding things littered around the place missions. So you're going to want to take these missions first before actually exploring on your own. That's how it usually is.
Geralt was looking for you.
Where is he?
It seems he has gone off somewhere. If he is not in his room, then surely someone has seen him. Ask around.
All right, view
I have
quest.
something to ask of you.
Wait, he has 2 quests for us. And another battlefield one. Unfortunately, it might take a while to get to those, and Rhea has a mission too.
You must be rather bewildered by the power that was hidden within. However, know that I believe in you. I have no doubt that you will use that power justly. You will most certainly fulfill the grand destiny that the goddess has seen fit to grant you.
Okay. Geez, you have 2.
May
That's
I ask a
right.
favor of you?
Find 2 students in your assigned house who are struggling with life in the monastery and give them herbs. I will give them
ask a
herbs.
favor of you?
So, with the update that was like 3 days ago or 2 days ago or something, you can now take her to tea. And this is what I'll use my last point for. Because you couldn't before. Even commoners have tried this cost-efficient tea, which is a mixture of herbs. It's a tad bitter. I don't know why, but this is the only tea she'll have.
I'm pleased to have been invited.
All right. And it's weird to get the read on Rhea enough to talk about things that she'll enjoy, but generally, like, upkeeping the monastery and things like that, like religious things,
I am grateful.
you know. But it can be hard to read her sometimes. Sometimes she'll just be like, no. Too hot. That was an animation. Mighty weapons, reliable allies. Our first meeting? Here's the thing that you don't really know yet. She's kind of obsessed with you. She made you a teacher the moment she saw you, so like, generally things about you she'll also like.
Yes.
Cute monks, overcoming weaknesses, a strong battalion. Probably overcoming weaknesses.
I see.
All right, doing well so far. You can get another perfect.
Yes.
Oh geez. I'd think heart racing memories?
Of course.
All right, okay.
Have confidence. I truly believe you can lead your students down the right path.
What do we got? What do we got? Nod, laugh, or admonish? What does admonish mean? I'll nod. All right. I don't know words. I dropped out of college. Cool, that works. We'll observe. Look at this. Amazing.
It will be nice to gain a better understanding.
Yeah, sure will. All right, and
How quickly this delightful time has passed. However, we must return to our work.
I'm doing well on the tea times today. Don't know, dude. Don't know about you. Dude, we're gonna have a charm out of this world by the end of this game. Also, there's a ton of tea. Ton of tea. Well, that does it for all of our free time. Oh yeah, we have to talk to Leonie to find out where Geralt is at this point. So it's gonna be a walking quest here.
Professor, are you looking for Captain Geralt? I just saw him in the Knight's Hall a little while ago. He was talking with a female knight, but I didn't get a good look at who she was.
All right, a female knight. Interesting. Well, with that, you can see it wants us to go to the Knight's Hall. Let's go ahead and go to the cathedral so that we can do the quest that Flame gave us, grabbing all the things in front of the statues. And this is where you're going to find out what that little, like, oh, your renown has increased, or renown, I guess. Because you keep seeing that after like every single battle or every quest. Also, these are just stones, shards, things. Cool. So I'll go over it myself. Basically, that renown is kind of a currency that you can spend here, and you'll be able to increase the amount of points you get when teaching students, or when you like get faculty trained in certain skills. In addition to that, you can increase things like the experience you get.
This one?
You can increase the amount of divine pulses is what it's called. You can increase the maxes for stats, and I think we'll have enough points to increase everything to the... Ooh, just classic experience +1 would be nice though. I'll get that. I'm going to try and spend them evenly because, as you can see, it does get more expensive as you go down. But for the most part, we should have like a +1 to almost every single skill tree for the most part. And this experience +5% will actually also get us up to level a lot faster. Because I don't know what it is. I think it's just because I haven't been choosing battles as much as I normally do on my run-throughs of this game. Just because they take so long.
This one?
This one?
You're all set. This one?
Dude needs to shut up.
You're all set.
This one? Get a heavy armor plus. Okay, so hold on.
You're all set.
Okay, I should be able to like... I can get all of these. Okay, might as well. Heavy armor +2.
You're all set.
Very good. Riding +2. And you know what? If I do want to force,
this one?
what's his name? If I do want to force what's his name into being a riding unit, a riding heavy armor unit, that will help a lot. Cool. In that case, now I also need to do another mission up here. There's a lot of missions on this month. Like, the missions are pretty abundant this early in the game. I promise it gets a little bit easier.
Don't you think Professor Hanneman's been acting a bit strange? Maybe he's made some kind of big discovery.
Well, he has. Oh, that's right. I need to give you confidence herbs.
Thank you very much.
One of the things that Rhea gave us. Then we need to figure out who gets the other one too. Looks like it's down here. Oh, it's Marianne. That makes sense. I think there's a certain 2 students that it's for, depending on the house that you get. Like, as you can imagine, Bernadetta would be getting the confidence herbs, probably.
Oh, Gerald? He said something about visiting a grave. There's a graveyard attached to the monastery, so you'll probably find him there. I can't remember where the graveyard is, but I bet Sedith knows.
You're kidding me. It's literally like a minute walk from here. Come on, it's just a monastery. Oh, I haven't talked to you before.
The head of the Western Church holds the title of bishop. That's not as distinguished as an archbishop, such as Lady Rhea, but it still comes with a fair amount of authority. If someone in that position plotted an assassination, I cannot help but think it must have been instigated by some outside force. There are bishops in the Eastern Church as well, but to speak frankly, they do not have much impact. They are under the influence of both the Archbishop and the Leicester Alliance, so their ability to voice grievances is quite limited.
Huh. Interesting. Item. Yellow flower seeds. Also, hello.
Some people are unhappy because they don't have the crest they want. And some are unhappy because they have a crest they never asked for.
You find a lot. I don't think this is the path for learning about like the unfortunate happenstance of crests. If you want to like get into all that political stuff, you might want to choose the Black Eagles. Also, have some hopeful herbs.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. That'll raise your motivation a bit. Cool.
I appreciate your effort.
Noah fruit, peach currant, and tasty baked treat. Good. That nearly finishes us up here, but we need to go up to Sedith to find out where the graveyard is, even though we definitely already know. But it's fine. If we feign dependence on them, they'll think, oh wow, what a nice boy.
We're back. Ah, the graveyard. Of course I know it. It can be a little hard to find. Would you like me to show you where it is?
Please.
Very well.
Some lines just get skipped very slowly. You've discerned Geralt's whereabouts, so we can now see it on the map. It is right there above the Knight's Hall. We can't skip to it yet because we haven't been there. Actually, I'm not even sure if you really get to skip to it at any point. I don't know. There's a lot of lost items. Hello. Exotic feather. We have a lot of lost items to give around now, so I'll have to figure that out. So you found me.
Hey, I wanted to ask you to join me, but I couldn't find you. So, here I am. I was thinking we should visit your mother. She's resting beneath this humble grave.
Why is her grave here?
Oh, of course you would ask that. I wouldn't know where to begin. I suppose I haven't talked much about her. She was gentle and smart. So smart. A wonderful cook. Always kind to everyone. And she loved flowers. Whenever I brought her back an unusual flower, her face would light up. I cherish those memories. I can't count how many times she made me happy just by smiling. And she smiled the most when she was pregnant with you. She died right after you were born. She wasn't able to spend much time with you. But she loved you with all her heart. That's the truest thing I know. Never forget it. This ring is the only keepsake I have of her. In time, it will be yours. One day, I hope you'll give this ring to someone you love as well as I love her.
Aw. You can't train me, I already used up my points. Yep, I did this for Sedith. For sure. So yeah, you kind of know what's up with our mother a little bit now. Time has worn away the name, which is now illegible. 1139 to 1159. Resting in the warm embrace of cherished memories. Hold on, what year is it? 1159. If we go to our roster here, I can look at this. We should have a time that we started teaching. Enrolled at the Officers Academy at Garreg Mach, 1180. So 1180 is the current year. And she died in 1159. So that makes us at least 21. Interesting. Like, you can slightly discern your age, but it's looking like 21 based on that. I mean, obviously, we could have been born like right after she died, but it's not going to be a whole year's worth of difference. Anyway, with that, I'm going to make my rounds around the place. Wait. Okay, yeah, all of our other missions are just battlefield ones, so I'm just gonna make my rounds around Garreg Mach, finish everything up, hopefully get my professor level up to C before we end it off, so that I'll do a lot of fishing. Should be able to figure it out. Anyway, see you in a second.
The coffin of Sick Blast. Oof. This wasn't the first time I've taken part in an Alliance Roundtable conference, but it was still exhausting. There's not enough cooperation in that group, especially from Lawrence's father. But at least my grandfather was surprisingly alert. Judging by that, I'd say he's got at least 5 more years in him.
5 years, huh?
What the?
Hello, Cyril. I believe I have an item for you. Portrait of Rhea.
That's mine. Thanks for finding it.
We're all surprised. Hello there, Sylvain. I have
my own. Please, Professor.
Oops.
He really is one of the worst people I've ever known. But we share the same blood. We're still family.
All right. So Sylvain's who I'm going to have assist us with the mission. Although it may seem cruel to bring him to strike down his own brother, oh well. That's how things go. Also, this is yours.
Oh, that's mine. Oh, thanks, Professor. You really saved the day.
I have a request. Hail, Professor. If I may introduce myself, I am Gilbert. My life has been spent as a dedicated knight. I am to accompany you on your assignment. I may have slowed a step in recent years, but I pledge to you the full extent of my abilities.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
No, Professor. The pleasure is all mine, I assure you.
Neat. So he'll be following us on this mission. Good. He's another person that you can get faculty training from.
Professor, please leave Sylvain alone for the time being. The thing is, the bandits' leader who stole the relic is Sylvain's disinherited older brother.
Oops. Well, unfortunately, I am so darn very, very close to Professor level C. And I might get it in this next round of instruction if a single student comes up to me, but like, if they don't, I'm only like 20 points shy, which is like one fish, but we don't have any way to get another piece of bait. I've used up all my bait. I'm trying to see if I can find, like, you know, how you can find like books and stuff, and they can increase your professor level just the tiniest of tiny bits. I don't think I'm gonna find one. That's rough, baby. Anyway, I'm gonna call it there. I'll finish exploring. And in the next episode, we will instruct. I'll see you all then.
Oh, settle down and stop with the knocking. I'll be there in 2 shakes.
You were sleeping.
Oh, dear. Professor? Is that you? Just a moment. Oh, what should I do? I can't open the door in this state. Manuela, you simply must quit oversleeping. Hold on. Where are my clothes? I can't even find my... Where in blazes is my underwear? Oh, What is my dressing robe belt caught on? I can't tie this properly. It's not even covering... Oh, Manuela. This will have to do.
I can hear you.
Oh. I would hope, Professor, that you have the decorum to pretend you've heard nothing. Anyway, I'll be just another moment. Patience, please. Hello. Sorry to have kept you waiting. So, what do you want?
What were you doing?
Excuse me? You had a reason for coming here, I assume. I've put a lot of time and effort into making it possible to talk with you, you know.
Sorry.
No, you've done nothing wrong. Let's just say I'm not having a good day. Actually, I didn't have a good night. Never mind. What did you want, anyway?
I have a message from a knight.
You heard from him? The fellow from last night? Huh. What did he have to say?
He said we will never go out together again.
Yeah, figures. Kind of saw it coming, actually. That's why I came back to my room and went to bed. To get over it. Thank you for checking in on me. Was that all you wanted? Well then, good night.
Sleep well.